right, we are live on the Bread and Hope Show. Welcome to the Bread and Hope Show, people. We are here on time tonight. We on time. That means football must be back. Bread and Hope, we start on time tonight. Welcome to the Bread and Hope Show. Glad to have everybody. What's up, Hope?
Yo, man, what's going on, Brad?
Man, you got it. I can't call it, man. I can't call it, but I know the football is here. Christmas is here for the next 5-6 months.
Oh yeah. It's this time of the year, man. I mean, it's the best time of the year, man.
Yeah.
Football
Yes,
season
sir.
is gone. College is started. High school is going.
Exactly.
And the pros kick off tomorrow, actually.
Yes. Indeed. Cannot wait. So we got an action-packed show for everybody, so we're going to get on into it. Welcome to the Bread and Hope Show. We are here every Wednesday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are based in Atlanta, Georgia. We talk about sports primarily in the state of Georgia, but wherever you are from, feel free to join the Bread and Hope Show on StreamYard and speak on it. Hope, what you got?
Yeah, I want to thank the new listeners, for tuning in tonight. As always, we come to you guys every Wednesday at 9. Want to give a shout out to the Enhanced Sports Show. Lou is in the house.
Lou.
Lou has been supporting the Bread and Hope Show since we started, so he'll be joining us later on in the show. Give a shout out to the Sticking Sensation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
and also feel free to check out the Bread and Hope Show Facebook group. We we always post different content as well as the shows. The link to the show. So if you want to be a part of the community, just hit us up. And let's go ahead and get on into it.
Yes, indeed. Another shout out to a lot of old school drummers. It was a busy weekend. We were out in Douglasville, thumping. Keep bringing the thump to Douglasville last Saturday in a parade they had with the Shriners Classic. And we also had Atlanta Old School was out in Duluth, downtown Duluth. We are all over Atlanta region. So there was a Viva La Duluth. So it's kind of like a mini Las Vegas kind of celebration, or whatever they had in downtown Duluth. And it was an all-day affair, and they had everything set up with a whole lot of activities and fun for everybody. And so your favorite drum line, Atlanta Old School Drummers, was in the house. And so we had a lot of fun out there with the community out there in Duluth. We are all over from Marietta to Duluth to Henry County, Clayton County, City of Atlanta, DeKalb County. We are all over Atlanta. So good stuff. So Hova, let's get into it early. How was your weekend first, man? How was your weekend, bro?
Weekend was good, man. Just took it easy. Celebrated. My mom had a birthday this weekend, so
yes, happy birthday, happy belated.
Yeah. So we got that in and watched a lot of football, man. A lot of football.
Yeah, it was a lot of football we watched.
Yeah, college football. Yeah. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna get all into that. But outside of that, man, how was your weekend?
It was good, man. A lot of old school drummers. It was a drummer-rama. Practicing with started with Friday night with the Morris Brown College Sticking Sensation alumni drum line. Getting ready for homecoming. Morris Brown homecoming is on October 11th. So if you're free and can make it downtown Atlanta, go ahead and check us out. There'll be a lot of vendors and a lot of fun there. And a lot of things going on at your favorite HBCU. Morris Brown College, October 11th. You want to see the Sticking Sensation, we'll be out there between 2 and 3:30, between 2 and 3. So hopefully we can do that a little bit earlier this year. I don't know. But on another note. But yeah, yes, indeed. It gets later and later every year. It goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. It's like, hold up. I'm ready to go home. At any rate, good stuff. Excellent. Look, man, part of the weekend was ESPN's Lee Corso sending him off retirement. Hope we've been talking about this. This has been in the making for us for the past 10 years.
Yeah, yeah,
you know, I mean, the man's like what, 90 or something like that, 89,
yeah.
90, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
Right, right. So this has
yeah,
been in the making for us like 10, maybe even 15 years ago. But at least 10 years ago, it's been in the making. Not trying to be, mean or cruel or anything like that. But I mean, we are viewers. We are fans of the show, fans of the sport. Much respect goes to Lee Corso. He's an old head. I actually saw him last year, in
yeah,
person on my way somewhere, or somewhere, and he was there and had a flight, and he seems to be getting around very well dressed, and he's got his entourage around him. But look, since we've been starting to watch Game Day, Lee Corso was Game Day. Everybody knows what it is with Lee and the whole crew there. And the past 10 years, I mean, it's been a struggle, especially with the pandemic. I think that set everybody back in more ways than one, especially, and I can say it, for older Americans that are
mm,
used to being on the go, and then, with the pandemic, you couldn't be on the go like you wanted to. And so it forced everybody to kind of work from home and to do things a little bit differently. And so I know with that going on, he was working from home and things was a little different for him. I know if you could do it from home, he'd probably be doing it till he was 100 years old. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
but look, man, I mean, I think at this point in time, I think it was amicable for all parties involved, that he go ahead and get his retirement going. So congratulations to Lee Corso over. I know we've been
oh
on him,
yeah,
but look, man, for all intents and purposes, Lee brought a lot. Lee was the show. He's the coach. He's got the experience. He's got the thing. Like him, love him in between. Uh, at the end of the last 10 minutes of the show, you look forward to seeing what mascot head he's gonna put on.
yeah,
So not as the not so fast, and they did their best making notes for him, and you could see it, man, over time, and how Kurt Herbstreit had his back. Bless his heart for doing that, man, for having Lee Corso's back for all of those years, because when they first started, Lee was the veteran, and Lee had to bring all of these guys up. He had to bring up Kurt Herbstreit. He had to bring up Desmond Howard. He had to bring up all those guys that are around him.
right.
And so past couple of years, they were helping him out, returning the favor. And so I think everything's come around full circle.
Yeah, man. I mean, Lee Corso did his thing with the headgear. He got it right. On his way
Yeah,
out.
yeah. He
I
got it right.
mean, he
Sure
got it
did.
right.
He got it right.
Matter of fact, he went against everybody else. Everybody else was talking about Texas. So,
Yeah, yeah, right.
uh, yeah, man. So, shout out to him, man. He did, like I said, he did his thing, and you know, when it all said and done, he always go down as a legend on college game day. You know,
Indeed.
um,
Indeed.
they're always, they always get pay homage to him whenever it comes to the headgear. I guess probably Pat McAfee probably be the one probably taking over that doing the headgear thing. Somebody, I mean, he's
Yeah,
the only person I can think of.
they'll just probably do it differently, I guess. I don't know. They probably I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't. Who knows? I mean,
I don't
I
know if
don't
it
know.
I don't know
I,
if it leaves with them or if they keep it going. I don't know. We'll see on Saturday.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
I read something where they're gonna try to keep it going. Now, as
Yeah.
to who's doing it, they don't want to just end it on that note. They just say,
Hmm.
okay, Lee did it, and that's it.
Yeah.
But as who probably take it, I think Pat to be a good
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see Kurt doing it, but yeah.
No, 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 no. Herb Street,
But
Dez.
Her Street or Dez, because man, especially Her Street, he calls games,
Yeah, right.
and and Dez is a little too biased. and
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
so I
And
can't really see him do.
you know, Coach Saban ain't gonna do it. So
No, he ain't gonna do it either. So
no, he
that's
ain't
why I
that.
said Pat. That's why I said Pat is the only person I can really see doing it.
Yeah. I agree. I see that. I definitely see that.
Hmm.
So we look forward to it, man. Game day is like the first thing we do when we wake up in the morning. With the first pot of coffee, and we just get into it. Look, man, just real quick on another note. In the Open, Coco Gauff Coco Gauff goes down to Naomi Osaka. Osaka, she always gets her. And I know that Coco Gauff changed coaches and everything recently for this
Hmm.
tournament, moving on and to work on her swing and different mechanics. And she's good. She's very, very good. But I, you know, some of those things, man. I mean, Osaka's really good, and when Osaka gets this far in the tournament, she usually wins, or at least she gets to the final.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but
so
just to confirm, they said at this point nobody's doing the headgear, so they ended it with Lee Corso. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. That
They
makes
said
sense.
it. They said a tradition. They said people saying they retire and they want to pay respect to his legacy, and
Mhm.
so they're gonna end it like that. Okay, I get it.
That makes
I get.
sense.
I get it.
That
I
makes
mean, it's all well and good. Like you said, they'll probably be creative about you know another way to choose
yeah.
who whatever.
Yeah. They got a lot of creative minds in there, and so they'll figure it out in Pat's. I'm not Pat, but Pat McAfee or whatever, and so they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
So
But yeah,
so let
Coco. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, like you were saying with Coco Golf, yeah, I didn't watch all of the tournament. But from the little I did see, yeah, I think she's a special talent, no doubt about that. Um, but like they say, Brad, sometimes there's always that one opponent, right? That
Yeah,
that got your number. And
that's the one.
and
That's it.
and that's her nemesis. Right now,
That's her.
that's who it is, and I think you said it best. Um, what she has to do is regroup and continue to learn um from her mistakes. What she can do to improve to beat Osaka. You know, um, so that's what she's gonna have to figure out. She's gonna have to figure that out in her game. I mean, like you said, she's a special
Yeah.
talent, but she's just gonna have to figure that one out. But I mean, Osaka. I mean, sometimes when somebody's in their prime, they just in their prime, and
Right. I
and
agree.
and and it is what it is. Let's go back to when she beat Serena.
Yeah.
Osaka beat Serena. I mean,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I ain't trying. I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
mean, that just go to show you she got the tools.
She got the tools,
She,
man. She.
but I don't know about you, but just for me, when I watched the match between Coco Golf and Osaka, one thing I noticed is Osaka. Uh, she plays very loose.
Yeah. She
It seems
does.
like she
Yeah.
plays very loose. She
Yeah.
knows she kind of has a high IQ. Like she knows where
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna go with the ball. I
Every
think
time.
I kind of saw Coco Golf seem like she wasn't as loose and she was kind of seemed a little tight,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
she was putting a whole lot more thought
Yeah.
versus Osaka. That's just
Yeah.
my observation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're right. You're 100% on that. I think that she overthinks it. She knows it's a tough
yeah,
opponent,
yeah,
and
yeah,
she overthinks it. And I think part of it too, it's maturity. Um, she wants to win. That's her biggest niche. She knows it. But the thing about Osaka is that I don't know if they're good friends, but they got a lot of respect for each other. I put it that way. A lot of
mm,
respect for each other. And she looks up to her. It's almost like little sister, big sister. and they both root for each other.
Yeah.
So, but I think that it's just like Serena and Venus when they were teenagers and growing up. Venus was number one, and Serena was the young one, and she could beat everybody but her sister, and she could not get that out of her head. That was her big sister. As soon as she got over that hurdle of hey, your big sister's whooping your behind. If you want to win, you better act like it. And the dad said, he's like, look, you think Venus is something? I got to her sister's even better.
Yeah.
Her sister's got more of a natural ability than her, and she proved it. And I think Coco got what it takes to eventually beat her, but she's got to get out of her head. She's got the skills, I think, and she's getting better. She's just got to get out of her own head and stop damn crying after all these matches. First time, okay, you were young, whatever. I mean, she's still young, but I mean, look, you're a young adult. Get over it. You're gonna lose a lot more matches than this. We know you try hard, you work hard. It's a very emotional game. But don't be crying on the court. I mean, don't do that no more. I'm sorry. I'm old school, ho. I'm sorry, but I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I get
I
it.
I get it though. I get your point. I mean, but she's a she wear her emotions on her shoulder
She do. She do.
and that's it. But that comes with the territory, man. That's something
Yeah.
she's gotta learn as she move on
Yeah.
in her profession. Um, you know, hopefully she'll come around to that. But that's a tough one. But yeah, man, I think like I said, that's just my observation of the match. I just felt like Coco Golf wasn't playing. She was playing to her potential, but I think she was, like you said, I think she was overthinking and stressing. You could tell. It didn't seem to me she was uh, uh, loose. As far as Osaka, you look at
Right.
Osaka, she just
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
it's just like a run in the mill.
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
know
Right.
what I'm saying? I know what I'm about to do. So,
Right. Right.
but I think, but at the end of the day, I think Coco Golf she'll get there. She'll get
Yeah, she'll get there. I agree. Man, let's get into some college football, man. I know it was something I'll talk about that later on, but let's get into some college football, man. It's just too much going on. And let's just get to it, man. It's for us. It started off on really last Friday, with Georgia Tech and Colorado, and so Georgia Tech gets the win over Colorado 27-20. What's your take on that game, Hope?
Well, we talked about it, and I may have to bring Lou into this one as well. But we talked,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, we talked about this, and I told you I felt like uh, Georgia Tech would have the advantage, and the reason why because I've noticed that from last season that coach has the players have bought what he's selling. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that is they have identified the identity of that team as being physical,
Yep.
right? They whoever they play, they're gonna give you. It's gonna be a fight, right? It's gonna be a
It sure
physical.
is.
And I knew that much as for with Georgia Tech, you're gonna be in for a battle,
Yep.
and so that's why I gave them the edge. On
Yeah.
the other hand, Colorado, don't get me wrong, I think, they got a lot of good talent there. Um but like I said, Brett, I mean, when you lose Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter,
Yeah. Yeah.
they made up for a lot of flaws with that team, right?
They
So
did. They really did. They
so
really did. But
so
I go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Finish your thought.
No,
Finish,
so I
finish
mean, and I'm not taking anything from the talent they have now at QB. I think the guy, I think he does his thing. I mean, but he's not a Shador Sanders. So,
No, no, no.
you
Not by a
know,
long shot.
and then on top of that, like I said again, you don't have the X factor with Travis Hunter. So,
Right.
um, and like I said, that's what I wanted to see is what this team was gonna be like, and That's just what you got. So that's my thoughts on it, man. That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
So I mean, for me, Georgia Tech turned the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, they did. They
I
did.
mean, most teams that turn the ball over 3 times, I don't care how good you are, on the road, you usually end up losing that game. So there was a lot to be said about Georgia Tech staying in the game for that. I think that Colorado I think they still have a lot of talent. Although I believe that with that new quarterback, I think it's a chemistry thing. I just think the chemistry and the new quarterback with the pieces he got around him, and plus you got you know, it's not like you're playing against Clark Atlanta, you know, or
You're right.
somebody so he didn't have a chance to play against a cupcake of a team to kind of get it together game one, so so things could be a little bit better. Because I think that if you had better quarterback play, let me put it this way: if you had Shador and the Hunter last Friday, Colorado would have beat Georgia Tech.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I
I
agree
just
with
put
that.
it. I just put it that way. And so,
So do you
but,
think? Do you
mhm.
think? Do you think with this new quarterback that he's on the big? Because what did he call? He came from Liberty, right? Yeah, Liberty.
Liberty, I think Liberty somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I'm not taking nothing from Liberty. I mean, but they don't really be on the big stage as much, and
Hmm.
the level of competition,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
is below, mediocre. I mean, it ain't
Right.
like
Right.
they. It's not like you playing a Georgia Tech, right? So,
Right. Right.
so,
Right.
so I agree with you. I think, yeah, if he had started out with the season and they were playing, I don't know, let's just say some cupcake team, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they probably would have won. That'll
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
get them tuned up. But do you
Yeah.
think? But here's my question though: do you think going forward, losing this game, how do you see Colorado?
I
I
mean,
don't. I don't even know who they play. Well, I don't even know who they play next. But
yeah. Right. So they're going to win some games. I think
yeah,
they're going to get. I think all the teams that we saw Saturday are going to get better. Number one, I just think
okay,
all of them are going to get better that we saw.
okay,
At least most of them. So I think Colorado is going to get. It's all about the chemistry that they're going to have. Now they're not a physical team. That's where they failed at Georgia Tech. That Georgia Tech was, and we knew it was coming. Brent Keys is a physical guy. Play it on the line. So he ain't gonna take nothing less than smash mouth. So he's got guys, he got better guys in the trenches. And so they played for 4 quarters in the trenches. I thought, and the thing about it, the dominance, my thing with Georgia Tech at the line and what Haynes King did to him at the quarterback position, it's like, my goodness, I thought that they were up by double digits, but they only won about 27-20. That's my thing. They can
well, I
score.
think, what you take the 3 turnovers. I think it could have been more than that, but
Yeah,
you
right,
take
right,
away.
right.
I think they could have won by more than a touchdown. Um, but you're right. I mean, it starts at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
I, from what I saw, Colorado, they came out like, okay, we're gonna be tough and all, but then you notice as the game went on that front line was getting pushed around. That that's what I
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah, they were
started
getting, yeah,
seeing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They were getting pushed around. It was no doubt about that. I don't know if Georgia Tech was that much bigger than them, maybe a little bit, but they'll definitely
Yeah, but
have,
they was
have a physical presence about them. They're physical. They're a very physical line, a physical presence about them, and that's the kind of thing that Colorado does not have.
right.
And
But
so,
let's keep it. What's the identity, right? That's the missing piece.
right, yeah,
That,
yeah.
that's the missing piece.
But it's like this, Hope. It's kind of like Big 12 football, old school Pac-12, Pac-10 football. They wasn't physical.
We need that back.
They were not physical. What's up? Luke coming in at the right time. What's going on, Luke?
What's up, Luke?
We need that stuff back. I mean, because this whole new alignment has really messed up college football. Believe me, we need to get back to the old, Big Ten, the Pac-12,
Yeah.
I agree with
get
Lou
the
on that.
SEC, and for crying out loud, reform the Big East. I don't care how you do, just remake the Big East.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
By the way,
So
you mentioned something about Duluth, right?
yes, Duluth, Georgia.
Well, there was a song mentioned about that years ago.
No, I did not know, Luke.
You didn't know it?
Ah,
You
hope
mean
you
you
heard
never
it.
heard Duluth? Wait, you heard Duluth? Duluth is on fire. We don't
No,
need no wall.
no, Luke,
Had to
no,
get
Oh,
one.
okay.
Had to get
no.
one.
Oh, okay, Lou. Lou. We got
Okay,
you on that
okay.
Hey, it's
Luke,
fitting, isn't it? Come on.
Luke got dad jokes. So
I think I wrote myself.
that's
Hey,
all
Lou.
right, Luke.
Hey,
That's
Lou.
all
Lou. Okay, Lou. You just got a box of Girl Scout cookies for that.
right.
Anywho, well, this
But
was a
yeah,
week I don't think about. I'll say one thing though about last week's. Well, not last week's technically, but this past week between Texas and Ohio State. Now, a lot of people, of course, were hyped up
yeah.
on Texas because of Arch Manning and thinking he was going to be the next big college superstar. Far
Hmm.
from it. I mean, his performance was lackluster. I was not surprised by Ohio State beating Texas. Being
Right,
that they're so dominant at home and whatnot. Going up against a big school like that. I mean,
right.
I think a lot of people were just too overhyped about Manning, and Manning was too overhyped too. So I really didn't see this as an upset of Ohio State even beating them. I mean, and
Yeah,
it was close. It was close to be throughout. I mean, but the first half of the game was like, ugh. I mean,
yeah.
this is as likely as you can get. I expected more of a high scoring offense type of game,
No, no.
and
I
so just
I
the
tell
opposite. So
I
that was the only surprising factor. But other than that, I was not surprised by Ohio State winning at.
I tell you one thing. Archie Manning, he got a lot of his brand, man. The Warby Parker glasses and
Yeah.
those commercials just kept coming.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
yeah.
He wasn't
I
doing that
mean,
in the game, but you
you
sure saw a lot of the commercials out there.
yeah, his NIL numbers were up. So,
Yeah.
so look, guys, let's sit on it just for a little while. We got a lot to cover, but let's sit on this Ohio State Texas thing for a little while. And so at first glance, it's like, look, I thought that both teams had stellar defense. That's not look. That wasn't a surprise. I knew Texas was going to have a tough defense. Look, Ohio State don't score 14 points. If Ohio State scores 14 points in most games, they're going to lose 17-14, 20-14, or whatever. And so to have a defense that, and even though there's some quarterback and they got a new quarterback in Ohio State, that may be something to it. Playing against a defense like Texas, because Texas stuck it to Ohio State. Let's be real. I mean, Ohio State wasn't exactly this scoring machine. So you got to give Texas defense credit in terms of how good they were. And I think that Ohio State's defense was just as good, if not a tad bit better. And that's why Arch looked the way he did, because the only other team to make Arch look crazy like that was Georgia. And so, if you recall, Georgia beat Texas twice last year in the SEC championship, and it went to Austin to beat them. And so, when things got tough for Ewers, or he got hurt, or whatever the situation was, they took him out of the game and put Arch in there. Arch was like a deer in headlights against Georgia. It was like taking candy from a baby. They had to take him out and put Ewers back in the game. That's how bad it was. And so, when he's faced against these tough defenses, at least at this point in his career, he's going to look like that. Okay, he's going to look that way. He's not, at least right now, he's not going to overcome that. They just going to have to run the ball a whole lot more. That's and play action. I mean, he looked a little bit better late in the game, a little bit better when the chips were down. He looked a little bit better and got the ball, pushed the ball down the field and got a score. But the other 3.5 quarters, they had a nice defensive package for them.
But I don't even think it doesn't even make an excuse. I mean, the defense did his thing, but Brad, he was. I mean, even he was missing receivers, man. I mean, his
Yeah,
passes. I
yeah,
mean,
and
and I don't know if Blue set, but he wasn't even. He was off
yeah,
target bad.
yeah, he was. Oh yeah, he was bad. Yeah, I mean, and the way the ball came out of his hand was that sidewinder zing thing, whatever it is, like a zing.
Yeah, I mean, he was throwing some straight garbage, man. Passes.
It was
I ain't gonna.
garbage. It was good. It and I think it's because I think you're going to see a different Arch Manning when he plays a lesser opponent.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, this was
let's
going
be
against
real.
the big time. He just wasn't ready.
Right. I mean, first game you're going against one of the best defenses in the country. He's going to look that way. I don't think he is all. I don't think he's great. Just my opinion. No. I don't see anything about him that's great. He uses his legs a lot. For Manning, that's a thing to see. But in terms of his arm and IQ and everything, I think there are better quarterbacks out there. I think Haynes King is just as good as Arch Manning, and nobody's talking about it. And so there are a lot of quarterbacks out there that I think are just better than Arch, unless he just comes out and he wakes up and he shows us something against better quality opponents as they go through the season. But I agree. I think it was a little bit of both. I think he just didn't look good because he wasn't good. And I think the defense took care of the rest.
But think about it though. If you look at last season when Arch Manning did play, I think they played a lesser opponent. Yeah, he looked all world. He was throwing touchdowns. He was running for. You was like, yeah, this man look all world. But like you said, when you face the best of the best in college football as far as defenses, he looked mediocre at best. So, yeah, man, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how the season. It's the first game. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know. I think for me is let's see how much he actually developed to actually pass, be a good passer. Let's just start there, man, because he was throwing some crap, dude, and dudes were wide open. I mean, the ball didn't even make it. I mean, it was short.
He was short. He was behind
over
their heads. He just looked a hot mess. He was just a hot mess, and so it's a little bit. I think it's half him and half. I think Ohio State really has a good defense. Yeah, I think they were really good.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I just think they're just good. And so my early synopsis on this Manning kid is that when he plays a tough defense, he's gonna struggle. If he plays a lesser opponent, like you said, Hova, he's gonna look pretty good. And that's not good enough in the NFL.
No.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. And we will continue to see that. But we'll keep going with that. Yeah, right. So guys, let's move on with LSU over Clemson. 17-10, another one-score game. LSU went there and showed them what the deal was. Now, Clemson jumped on early, but at the end of the day, LSU had the last word. What you got on that?
Again, I was not too surprised because when I think about it, Clemson last year in the postseason was awful and whatnot. I think it carried over. LSU was a strong team. I think a lot of people underrated them, but I wasn't one of them. Clemson, didn't really didn't really thrill me last year, and I thought it was going to carry over, which I think it did. So LSU, has of course a great defense, and is been able to take advantage of it, and that's how they won. Again, I was not surprised with that at all. I was surprised about one game in particular, but we'll get to that a little bit later. And I think what I'm talking about. Yeah. But these first two games, no, I wasn't really a big shock of it at all. I took LSU. I'm not impressed with Clemson.
Yep, me too. I had LSU in this one.
Yeah, I think LSU was just overdue. I think, Brian Kelly, he been starting out losing, right? Every time he just he has these big matchups the first game and he loses against ranked opponent.
Yeah.
So I think it would just do for him to get a win. But to LSU credit, I did think they played better. Clemson, I don't know. For me, Brad, I think that was some questionable play calling too on the offense.
Yeah.
That was made that didn't help their cause.
What do you think about Klubnik? What do you think about Klubnik, the quarterback, Clemson?
You know, he's another one. He plays cupcakes. He looks our world. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he goes against tough. You know, it's almost kind of like we. It sounds like we're. It's kind of like that broken record. Like even with Archie
Broken
Manning,
record.
it sounds like
Yeah.
we he talking about Archie Manning again. But
Yeah. Yeah. You just copy and paste what we said about him and talk about Clemson the same way.
you
And
know,
they
is
lost.
that is that good enough in the NFL? No, but
Right.
that's
Hell.
what I get from Klubnik is he
Yeah.
all world with
But
cupcakes and
but on the other side of the ball, Hover and Lou Nesmeyer, the quarterback for LSU, looked pretty good. He looked
now
he looked pretty
now
decent to me.
I agree with you. You know, now is he can he? I think yeah, I agree. I think he is probably can handle the NFL.
He looks good. I
Yeah,
mean, he came on last year, but he looks good.
he looks he. I tell you what, it was definitely different between the two. He definitely was the reason why LSU won.
Yeah.
He definitely played a whole lot better than the other guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
as a matter of fact, LSU man, they're gonna be a tough out for anybody.
Yeah.
I think Brian Kelly finally, things are probably look like they're trying to come together for him to finally make that run.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
that's what I got out of that.
Yeah, and we're gonna go through SEC rankings in the show a little bit later on, but I
Mm,
think that everybody's in love with LSU and with good reason. Look, FSU over Bama. Down goes Bama, 31-17.
yeah,
FSU.
yeah. I think
Woo.
that was my upset special.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Your upset special came
That
through,
was,
ho.
that was my upset
I was
special.
right wrong on that one.
Yeah, you good. He's good for one every 6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. That was my upset.
I was
I
very
said I
wrong on that
picked
one.
Florida.
I
I
thought
picked
Alabama was
Florida
going to
State.
beat him up. Well, not beat him up. I mean, I thought Alabama was going to win. Of course,
Yeah,
I thought it'd be a close game, but I thought Bama was going to win. I mean, this just
yeah,
surprised everybody.
yeah, yeah. You're right. I mean, uh,
So, as you
they
know, my co-host is a big Alabama fan. I
mhm.
wonder what he's going to say about this when he's on the show on Saturday. Oh boy!
Look, man, they are having fits in Tuscaloosa right now. They are having fits in Tuscaloosa, and all fans around about the boy. You gotta go. Gotta pay him out. You need more.
I think
I've heard all
I don't.
kinds of.
Well, I think if he lose another game, I think he might be getting. They might be getting him up out of there. I put it like
Yeah,
that.
and I don't think that beating Georgia would be good enough.
I don't think
They
they're
may,
gonna be beating.
they may beat Georgia. I mean, they may beat Georgia because
I don't know.
Georgia's. I mean,
I
I don't
see.
know,
He
but
loses against Georgia, he probably gonna be there.
oh yeah, he lose against Georgia, he's definitely up out of there. I mean, definitely up out of there. And they
Yeah,
got games before they play Georgia, but not too many more games. So I think they catch Georgia kind of early. So that ain't good. That's not good for Bama. So, but look, they did everybody else a favor. I don't, maybe it's a little bit of, and I think that Alabama still has the talent, but I think the difference in terms of the coaching is the preparation. I think Nick Saban prepares like no other.
Yeah,
And he had those kids ready on game day because of the preparation and what he tolerates and what he doesn't tolerate. And
right.
you can't replace that overnight. And I think the boy's a pretty decent coach, but this is the big time. This the big boys right here. And if you can't coach all that talent, then I don't know what to tell you. That quarterback look a mess. He look a hot mess.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't run the ball consistently. They got good receivers, but the quarterback got to get it there. They're missing tackles. I mean, it's just, the defense is not consistent. The offensive line is not. That stuff that's not characteristic of an Alabama team. And all that talent and recruitment that they got in Florida State looks like it paid off over the weekend. So, I tell you, they got a hold of Alabama something fierce, man. So, good game for FSU. Look, man, what you guys think about Miami over Notre Dame?
another one that I thought that was Miami good at home, and Notre Dame was a disappointment to me. Last year's playoffs, and it always seems like the polls, no matter who it is, they always seem to rank them high, and then they play their first game and they just like crash out. So
Yeah,
Notre Dame is a little bit way too overhyped. I don't know why they get voted in the top 10, but the AP or the USA poll, but then again the coaches poll we don't really care about. But
yeah,
all the major polls always have them ranked in the top 10 to start the season.
yeah,
That's kind of biased. I mean, I have nothing against Notre Dame, of course, but how they all hype them up and then they get let down, and so the fans and it's like it's all for nothing. And
yeah,
Miami, great game at home too. I mean, they
yeah,
did make a game out of it, but Miami's offense is just too strong, and I didn't see Notre Dame coming away with this.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
this was a week for upsets. I mean, if anybody think that that Texas is going to win, sorry. Uh, Notre Dame can win either way. I'll tell you right now, that could win either direction, and so would LSU and with the LSU and
Yeah,
Clemson. They win either
yeah,
way. Like, from what I saw last year, yeah, I knew I made the right decisions.
yeah, yeah. I think that one of the biggest highlights of that game was Carson Beck coming out of Georgia. A lot of
Yeah.
things that the commentators are like, well, it seems like he wasn't getting the support he needed from Georgia, from the fans, from the coaching staff, some of his teammates or whatever alluded to that, especially once he got hurt or just before he got hurt. All of this stuff, and so I thought that was a little bush league. You could have left that alone. What's gonna come at you? Well, no, save it for the book, man. Or just, ain't nothing. You may have to see Georgia in the playoffs, and they go like, "Oh, we heard what you said." Yeah, we got, and that's a team that really don't need no motivation. So they would definitely be motivated against Carson Beck. But I thought Carson Beck was decent in the game. I mean, it's Carson Beck. I mean, we know what to expect. Got some pretty good receivers, pretty good team. Gave us some time. He looked okay, and he looked very fired up. Defense was decent. I mean, Miami was Miami. He got a lot of turnover with players in Notre Dame. New quarterback, new running back, new defense all around. So they played tough, man, but they didn't have enough. They ran out of gas against Miami. What you think about that matchup, Hope?
Yeah, I think you said it best. I agree. I think Notre Dame ran out of gas. Notre Dame, we talked about this. I never felt like Notre Dame was always that team that somehow or another they stay in the mix. They stay ranked.
Yeah.
They play. To their credit, they play pretty good defense. But I always had concern with their offense. I never really,
Yeah.
even when they had Riley Leonard,
Yeah.
then they got this other guy. You see little glimpses here and there, but then like I said, as it went through the game, I started seeing some inconsistency with this guy. So, the only really special highlight for them is on the offensive side is the running back.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you can't, when you become one dimensional, I mean, it's kind of you saw what happened. I just
Yeah.
they figured it out. So Carson Beck did his thing, and he had some help. He
Yeah.
definitely
A lot of help. Yeah.
he had some help in there, especially that one-handed miracle ESPN highlight catch.
Yeah, but
Um, you
he got
know that
yeah.
looking so it he definitely made it
He
look
got better.
awesome.
He got better receivers he had from a year ago.
Oh, no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
But hell,
So
if you would have stayed at Georgia, you still would have had better receivers than he did a year ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. That's true. But I'm looking at, I'm looking at their schedule. I'm looking at Florida State's schedule,
Yeah.
and they got a cupcake here, cupcake there, Virginia. Looks like once they get to that Florida State game, that's when that's when I think it's going to be a little interesting for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Miami, Florida State is always a big one. Last year
yeah,
was, but
yeah.
this year
Between
is gonna be
that and then when they play, who else they got on? And of course,
yeah,
at the very end of the season when they play Florida. So,
yeah,
um, But yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see how things go. I mean, we talked about it, Brad. I mean, I
Yeah,
think this is giving Carson Beck an opportunity to show that he can stat the books like Matt the Stat,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's gonna do that until they probably reach,
yeah.
unless there's no hiccups.
Unless there are no hiccups, right?
No hiccup.
As long as there are no hiccups, until they get to Florida State, they should be undefeated. But like I said, as long as there's no hiccups.
Yeah, yeah. So
There's not to be one.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah. There'll be something going. They'll fall asleep and lose to Tech or somebody.
See, there
But
you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Or, or,
I
or they
would
lose
say,
again. Or they lose against Kent State. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that
yeah,
alone.
yeah,
I'm gonna leave
yeah.
that alone. Leave that
Look,
alone.
guys, look, guys. Georgia did what they were supposed to do. I think
Yes.
this. I think the spread was like 38 and a half. They won by 37 and a half. So they didn't beat. They didn't beat the spread,
Yeah, it was easy.
but I mean, 5 touchdowns. When you're supposed to win by 5 touchdowns, basically, and that's what they did against Marshall. What I like doing a lot of times with some of these cupcakes, so I got it in quotes, cupcakes, is that I like to look at these teams throughout the year, see how well they do in their own divisions. And a lot of teams, man, after playing Georgia, they have pretty decent seasons in their own leagues. So you're like, well, it's kind of hard. Like Georgia won 5-7, shouldn't have scored 7 points, especially if you listen to Kirby. But Kirby's like this. Kirby said everybody playing. I recruited everybody. I told everybody they're gonna play. Everybody gonna get a chance to play. That's what you saw. Everybody got a chance. Puglisi came in. I thought that the good is good, bad, and ugly. I thought the good. I thought that there were no major injuries. No major. I think one of our offensive linemen got a little dinged up, but I think for the most part, I think he'll be back. Uh, Defense was solid. They played very good game. I thought we got a sense of urgency early in the game, which is something that we didn't do last year. So that's different that I saw this year. I don't care who you play. You want to have a sense of urgency early on. So 21 first half points is a good thing for Georgia. At least the running game looks promising for him. I think we played about 5 backs in that game, man. At least everybody touched the ball. Only 2 penalties in the whole game. We stayed clean. And the biggest good point for me, Hova, was that Branch is the truth.
Yeah, yeah, man. I think you hit it on the nail. All your points. I agree with all of them.
Uh-oh.
Um, you know, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely branches the truth, no doubt about that. I'm glad he's on our team.
yeah,
I I think the really highlight for me, the offense did the things here and there.
yeah.
I like what I saw with that defense, man. I tell you what, you know, if you guys can stay like that, man, I shoot, yeah, we're gonna be something to
Ooh,
do. That defense was on point.
that defense was man. Look, if it, if the good, bad, and the ugly, there's really no bad or ugly, but I would just say some concerns. I would say that the depth of our defense needs some work. So you hope that everybody stays healthy all through the season, but it was collectively it was a breakdown. That's why they scored that big. They had that big play, that big pass play, and they scored a touchdown later on.
Yeah, yeah,
But that was like fourth, fifth string for Georgia. That was out. That was the very last part of the bench that we played. But still, Kirby's like, look, we recruit at a high clip, and so there are expectations. And so I don't care where you sit on my bench. When you get out there on that field, there are expectations. And so I'd rather you go out there and make a mistake in a game like this than next time I put you out there and we really gonna need you. You're gonna be playing against Alabama, LSU, somebody, and I don't want to see those mistakes. And
right.
so that's what that's the concern is the depth of our defense, especially in the secondary, the depth in the secondary, and I would say consistency with the offensive line, consistency in terms of the depth.
Mhm.
And those were kind of, that was it, man. I mean, we're gonna play against Austin Peay coming up this week. I expect more of the same. I expect improvement still, especially with the depth. I like Gunnar Stockton. He's who you thought he was, but I don't think that there's a real big difference between him and Puglisi.
Yeah.
I think Puglisi is willing to stay in the pocket, and go through his progressions more than Gunnar Stockton. And Gunnar Stockton is quicker to run the ball, but he knows where to run, how to run, and he gets down a little bit better.
Yeah.
He's definitely a good runner, strong runner. And what I mean by it is not necessarily his speed, but with quarterback, you have to know when to run and where to go. He does that excellent. Puglisi, he's mobile. He can run too. But the thing about Puglisi, I think he throws a better ball. I think he throws a better intermediate ball.
I agree.
So,
I agree with that.
Yeah. So those are my quick little hitches right there, man. For Georgia on the weekend. So we look forward to Austin Peay this weekend. Guys, if I could real quick go through the AP top 10 if I could, starting with number 10. I don't know if you guys saw South Carolina, but they look good. They're number 10 AP.
Yep.
Number 9 is Notre Dame. Maybe a little bit high for my taste, but whatever. Yeah. Whatever. Number 8.
The thing that gets me is that Texas fell all the way to number 7. They fell 6, but Notre Dame only fell back 3 spots.
It was back 3 spots. Yeah. Clemson fell down 4. Clemson fell down 4 spots to number 8. Kind of what I expected. Texas fell down to number 7, like Lou said. Oregon's number 6. Up 1. And Miami's up 5 spots. Everybody's loving Miami, so they are the new number 5. Georgia moved up from 5 to 4, whatever. It's like whatever at this point. LSU is new number 3. Everybody's in love with LSU, so they jumped up 6 spots. Jumped Miami, jumped Oregon, jumped Georgia, and they're the best team. Penn State didn't move any spots. They stayed packed at number 2, and there's no surprise that Ohio State is the number 1 team in the country, and they may stay that way for quite some time, and that's okay. With the CFP and the playoff system, all this stuff gonna shake out in the playoffs. So that's kind of how I see it. And Hova, I don't know if you've seen the SEC rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's a little bit different. I think they have LSU number 1, Georgia number 2, Texas, South Carolina, and everybody else. But the way I kind of see it is that I still think that Georgia's the defending champions, and until something happens, they lose a conference game, your champions are your champions. They're the number 1 team, and they're the champ until somebody knocks them off. And so even though it's relatively kind of a new team, I think you still got the same coach. So I like Georgia at number 1 in the SEC. I like LSU at a strong number 2. If you want to have a 1A or 1B, I'm fine with that. I still think that Texas is a strong team, so they're my number 3. And I got South Carolina and South Carolina bringing up the rear. What you think about that with SEC?
Yeah, man. I think I like it. South Carolina, they're coming up. So I think on the top, as far as LSU right now, you definitely got to go with them as number 1.
Yep.
And for me, I'm running Georgia right after.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me.
But I will say, man, I was looking. I know Florida played, and I know they didn't really, but I like what I see with Florida, though.
Yeah,
Florida looks like they're gonna be something to deal with.
They're gonna be a tough team. They got because right now I think the quarterback play is better, and that's what's been kind of hurting them in the past is a lack of good quarterback play. So I think they finally know who their quarterback is. I think they always recruit well in the defensive line, the offensive line. So I think Florida's going to be solid this year. Georgia's just got to pay attention. Don't go to sleep on Florida. This team is different than last year's team.
Absolutely.
So everybody going to lose a game. Florida going to lose a game. Georgia going to lose a game. LSU going to lose a game. It's a matter of who. Everybody going to lose a game. It's just a matter of who you're going to lose to. So we're going to keep that posted. Real quick, guys. Games this week. Illinois and Duke. Who you guys got in that game?
Illinois.
Who you got in that one, Hope?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Illinois.
Yeah, me too. I think they got Illinois about 2.5 over Duke. You got Michigan, Oklahoma. Who you got in that, Lou?
I'm going to go Michigan.
All right. Who you got in that, Hope?
Are they playing in Michigan?
They are playing in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma.
Yes.
I'm going with Oklahoma.
All right. I like Oklahoma's quarterback, man. I'm going Oklahoma too, man. I don't like Michigan, man. They look too good over the weekend. They won, but I don't know, man.
Until I gotta believe it. I'll believe it when I see if they can win on the road. I don't think they can win on the road.
I don't think they can win on the road either, man. I think they're gonna get beat by Oklahoma. Now this is interesting. I just bring it up. Ohio State is playing Grambling, I think, coming up. And Ohio State, it's not even close. But I think for people like me, I'm a band head. So the biggest thing right here for me would be the Ohio State band versus the Grambling State band. And so I want to see that band battle. That's going to be good stuff if Grambling makes the trip. If Grambling makes the trip, man, I'm going to love to see this. And so that's going to be a treat for me. Just real quick, AU ball. Clark Atlanta's playing Florida Memorial. Norfolk versus Virginia State, which is the Labor Day Classic up there in Virginia, which is a huge thing. Big football game, big band battle. Mike Vick, he came up short last week against Towson up in Baltimore. Actually, that game was in Norfolk. But look, man, I mean, Bill Belichick looked like crap too. So, who's to say what? I mean, coaching in college is different than coaching in the pros.
Yes.
Coaching in college is different just because you were an exciting football player in the pros, very good great player in the college level. You knew how to play the position, the game, but being able to translate that to your players to get the best out of them is a totally different skill set. And so Bill Belichick and Mike Vick, if they didn't know that before, they know that now. But I wish the best of luck on that. And I mentioned earlier that Georgia's going to be playing Austin Peay. So look, guys, real quick, I got to skip on to NFL football. Let's go Falcons. Falcons, we're going to play our first game.
Falcons.
All right. Got Falcons and Bucks. All right, real quick, Hover, and then we're gonna finish off with the picks. Real quick, Hover. What's the outlook with you for the Falcons versus the Bucks on Sunday?
Well, we didn't get to see much with the starters, so I can see how everybody's going with the Bucks. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think it's going to be the Falcons win.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think it all boils down to Penix, his chemistry, and translating that from the practice field to the play field. So it's all going to come down to Pitts. I don't think Tampa Bay has anybody that can cover Pitts. It's up to Pitts. That's what's going to make the offense for the Falcons run is Pitts, in my opinion. And everybody else is just going to get yards and produce and be successful around Pitts. Just my opinion. If he don't go, it's going to be tough sledding. But they remember those 2 losses they got from the Falcons last year. But I think the Falcons. I got the Falcons by 2.5. That makes sense.
Yeah.
By 2.5. I got the Falcons by 2.5. It's gonna come down to coup. All right, guys. Let's make some picks. Cowboys play the Eagles tomorrow night for the inaugural game, the 2025 NFL season. This is Thursday night football. The Eagles, this game is going to be in Philly, and the Eagles going to be rolling down those championship banners tomorrow. Yeah, better the Eagles than the Cowboys. So this game is going to be in Philly. Who wins this game? Lou. I know who you're going with, but
I hate to say it, but I had to go with the Eagles here.
yeah. Who you got in this game, Hover?
Oh man, should be a good game. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, man. The Eagles just that damn defense.
Yeah.
I was, oh,
I agree. The defense, they come out a little bit hot early on, and the offense catches up. And so, and plus Cowboys don't have Michael Parsons anymore. He's gone to the Packers. Doop, boop, doom.
Burn.
So the count is ESPN's got the Eagles by 7.5. So the Chiefs play the Chargers on Friday night. We got a Friday night game on Friday Night Lights. I don't like NFL games on Fridays, but that's just me. I don't care who it is. I don't want to see no NFL on Friday because guess what? I'm keeping up with Georgia high school.
Right.
So if I'm trying to watch Georgia high school games, then then I can't watch my high school games because I got the Chiefs playing.
Right.
So yeah, but at least it's a regular season game. So who you guys got in this? Chiefs are going to LA to play the Chargers on Friday. Who you got in that one, Luke?
I got the Chiefs.
All right. Who you got in that one, Hover?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, we got 3 on this one. I'm going Chiefs too. The line is Chiefs by 3.5. We got the Bengals that are going to Cleveland. All right, the Battle of Ohio already. So the Bengals are gonna play the Browns on Sunday. Who you got, Luke?
Bengals.
Who you got, Hover?
I gotta go with the Bengals, man.
Yeah. I'm going Bengals too. So the line is Bengals by 5.5. So we going with the line. All right, Cardinals versus the Aints. This one's in New Orleans. Who you got, Luke?
Saints.
Who you got, Hover?
I'm going with the Saints.
I'm going the Cards. I'm gonna split y'all this time. I'm going with the Cards. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. He's faster. He's bigger. I think it's going to be more of a factor in that game. Saints don't have too much of a secondary. And the line is the Cards by 6.5. All right, guys. Steelers are going to New York to play the Jets. Who you got, Luke?
Gotta go with Steelers, guys. See what
Hey, Luke, who you got in this one, Hover?
Oh man, I'm going with the Steelers on this one.
Yeah. We 3-0 for this one, so I'm going Steelers too. The line is Steelers by 2.5. The Lions are going to Green Bay to play the Packers. Who you got, Luke?
I'm going with the Lions.
Who you got, Hover?
Lions.
I am going Packers at home. The line is Packers 2.5. I'm going Packers. What's the defensive guy who got hurt for the Lions last year? Hutchinson. Is he?
Yes.
Is he back?
Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah, he's back.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna need him. A whole lot of him. I think Packers gonna be all right. All right, guys. The Texans are going to LA to play the Rams. Who you got, Luke?
I think I'm gonna go with the Rams on that one.
Mm-hmm. Who you got, Hope?
I like the Rams.
Yeah, so we make it 3 for nothing on this one. So,
Right.
yeah, it's not by accident all three of us went to Rams. The line is for the Rams by 2.5. All right, here we go. We got the Ravens going to Buffalo, play the Bills. Who you got, Lou? Don't make the wrong decision.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Ooh, see, he talking big and bad now that the missus is not on the phone. So I hear you, Lou. I hear you. We're gonna get him back.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him back though.
Right.
All right, who you got on this one, Hope? Ravens and Bills.
I'm going with the Ravens.
Yep, we're gonna make it 3-0. I'm going Ravens too. I think the Ravens can beat them in regular season. They just can't beat them in the playoffs. But the line is for the Bills by 1.5. All right, guys. Last pick of the night, Monday Night Football. We got the Vikings going to Chicago to play the Bears. Who you got, Luke?
Vikings.
All right. Who you got, Hober?
Man, I'm gonna go with the Bears on that one.
You'll be sorry.
There you go. You go with who?
I'll go with the Bears. I'll go with the upset, man. I'm going with the Bears.
All right, upset. Okay, that's the upset special. I'm going Vikings. Actually, this game is pretty even, but I think they got. I think the line is the Vikings by 1.5. Yeah. So good deal, guys. So that's the final one of the day. That's our time. I'll flip the other stuff over the next week, Hober. So Luke, take us on.
All right. Well, Enhanced Sports Show continues on Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. We'll keep continuing with baseball as we get into the final month of the season. We'll take care of week 2 of college football. The rest of NFL week 1. Keeping tabs on the WNBA and the NBA because there's moves being made. So keep an eye on that. We'll count down towards NHL preseason hockey, maybe. And we'll also take a look at our other features. The Ridiculous Side of the Week, Sports Trivia, This Date in Sports History, your thoughts and comments, the Light Story of the Week, and our look at the standings and the monthly schedule. So remember, it's 512-543-4662, Saturday 4 to 6 Eastern Time. Don't forget to like and share the Facebook page. Yeah, like and
yes, sir.
Like and share the Facebook page. And remember, we're on Facebook Live.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna try to get there on that live thing. So we switching around the things for this show, and we're gonna continue to switch around a couple of things, kind of branch ourselves out to more people, Lou. So appreciate that, Lou. Thanks for joining the show, brother.
Thanks, Lou.
Sure.
All right. Well, good deal. We want to thank Lou and we want to thank our other listeners to listen to the show. And so until next week, 9 p.m., same back channel, same bread channel, same overtime, 9 p.m. The next time, speak on it.
Speak on it.
All right.